What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we got a little bit of Plarium news here in regards to the upcoming events for next week. So a little bit of a heads up here might help you guys out with some planning and stuff. So we got two parts to this. I'm going to break it up into two parts here so you guys can easily digest this. So let's jump into this. So the first part here on Monday. So this is Monday, 2 days from now, March 16th. We're planning to launch a Awakening boost, giving you a 2x chance to summon 6-star perfect souls from Eternal Soulstones. So Eternal Soulstones is the big boys here. So the rates are going to be doubled for the big boys. So it's going to be 50-50, whether you get a 5 or 6-star soul. The rarity will not be adjusted. So it's still a 60% chance to get an epic, 30% chance to get a legendary, and 10% chance at a mythical. So I would say 40% of the time you'll be relatively happy. So 40% of the time, and then a coin flip for the 6-star versus the 5-star. But if you get an epic from this, it's going to be sad, sad days. These big boys just don't come along very often. I got 4 and I've been saving up for at least 2 months now. I haven't pulled this since the last 2x event. Now, obviously, you can convert, convert resources into buying more of the big guys. And the way you get some of these resources is actually pulling the medium ones. You pull the medium ones, you get resources towards the big ones. A little bit of a rebate system there. But I just generally don't get a lot of these big guys. And this is a really, really great event, especially if you're fishing for mythical souls for some of your champions as well. Now, it does mention that the event will last for 4 days. Well, the big question here perhaps is there a corresponding event going along with this boosted event? Perhaps a Soulstone Chase or something like that. But look no further. There is going to be an event starting on Monday, March 16th. So at the same time as the boosted Eternal Soulstone event, we're planning to launch a Verdant Deck of Fate event, where you'll get a chance to get celestial crystals and other valuable goodies. You'll be able to earn event points by summoning souls from soulstones and getting artifacts and accessories. During this event, you'll be able to collect rare, epic, legendary, and mythical celestial crystals. So we get a little bit of everything here. We got the mythical mats, only 50, unfortunately, and they're hidden in 2 cards. So you could get lucky. You could get 25 from those epic cards. Got 150 legendary mats hidden in 6 epic cards, and then 200 epic, and then 300 rare materials. So you're looking at a total of 7 crafts if you clear the entire deck of fate. And they add a sweetener for everybody. They're going to allow us to pin rarity. So pinning rarity is really, really good in terms of just getting more of the higher value rewards, especially if you're planning to clear the entire deck. It all but guarantees you at least a shot at some of the higher rewards. Now, who's really going to jump on this type of event? I mean, the Krakens, the whales will definitely jump on this just because, first of all, you got mythical materials in here, and then you got a boost on the Eternal Soulstones. The Eternal Soulstones are super, super expensive if you want to buy these individually. And they're super rare in game. Let's check out the shop here. I'm just curious. How much does it actually cost to get one of these bad boys? So I see a pack for 3 medium ones, but I don't really see a pack for the big guy here. But I think generally this big stone is valued around what a sacred shard costs, 20-25 bucks. I'm actually not too sure, to be honest, the big guy. But anyways, who's going to actually jump into the deck of fate? The big players, pulling the big stones would definitely be into this, getting the boosted rates for the 6-star souls. Very nice. Now you can also clear this by doing dungeon diving. So basically farming using energy in the dungeons and stuff like that. Right now, there's not really anything in the player and play calendar. I'm going to bring that up here. So in terms of long range event planning, there's really nothing that's going on during Monday. I mean, we have the Dragon Tournament that's going to be part of the Pelops Fusion. So you can spend some energy there towards the deck. Generally speaking, if you want to spend energy to try to clear a deck of fate, it's roughly about 1-to-1 in the most efficient stages, and that's probably going to be 20 since the event dungeon's closed now. So about 1-to-1. So looking at about, you need 40,000 points to clear the entire deck. So you need about 40,000 energy at least, I would say. In terms of how much points you're going to need, or how many stones you're going to need to clear the deck of fate, usually for the non-guaranteed champion deck of fates, the stones, they got a value of roughly 90, 900, and then 4,500. So the way it works is that The small stones, 10 of the small stones is equal to one of the medium ones, and then five of the medium ones is equal to one of the big ones. So that's the ratio that Plarium uses in terms of the overall cost. So in this case, it's probably going to be 90, because 90 is the upper, the most generous point distribution. So it's going to be 90, 900, and 4,500 for the big guys. So you're probably going to be pulling like nine big ones to fully clear the deck of fate. And I mean, I would probably suggest not pulling the other shards or no other soul stones towards the deck of fate, just because there's no real super crazy incentive to do it unless you're really, really into, pulling aspects of Suros and Wanda submissions and stuff like that. But I think ultimately the biggest, the biggest draw for this event would be the boosted big soul stone. These events just don't come up very often. So it might just be the best opportunity you get at pulling something really impactful, right? 50-50 on the 6-star. And then obviously you're hoping for a legendary or mythical that, lands on your account and it's somebody that you use. But I understand that these big stones are just really, really hard to get. So, maybe you want to save it for a future event towards a guaranteed champion, which would be, a really, really nice prize, but it's going to cost, more, right? Guaranteed deck of fates for champions, they're just, going to allocate less points towards these soul stones. So a little bit hard to say. I think for myself, personally speaking, where my account is, I think I'm going to be pulling the big stones just to take the boosted shot at getting something super impactful. 6-star is very expensive, 6-star blessing relative to the 5-star blessing. So for example, you got the 6-star Tholen here. 6-star Tholen costs 300 big boys. And then you got the 5-star here, 100 of these guys. So it's a pretty big jump. And it's really hard to get these essence material. So if you get lucky with the 6-star from the big stone, I mean, that's huge, huge savings, huge time commitment saved. And even if you can't fully clear this deck of fate, like I said, you get a shot at the 2 epic cards that will have 25 of these mythical mats. Just pulling a couple cards in this deck might actually be worth it. And obviously we have energy as well. So energy over 4 days, you probably get a couple flips out of that as well, as long as you're active. But I would definitely hold on to the medium stones and the small stones for this event. And if you have a big stone and you feel like this is probably your best shot, at something impactful, then by all means pull it and then grind some energy and then hope you get one of the epic card flips for the mythical mats. And hopefully they keep a void shard and a primal shard in the rewards pool as well. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this. A bit of news here. Like I said, it might be important because we do have a big rock in this champion chase, actually. So you guys might be interested, maybe more interested now in going for this big rock now that we have a big rock boosted event coming on Monday, right? So, having this news a little bit early definitely is helpful, right? At least it gives you a little bit more info for making decisions. Personally speaking, I was going to go for the big rock anyways, but now that we have an event for it, makes it even that much more juicy, I guess, right? So one last quick comment here. Fusion is ending next weekend. So we probably have a little bit of a lull this week leading into the weekend. And I would maybe expect them to drop some kind of guaranteed type event on the weekend just to keep us engaged. And then perhaps the week after we can start thinking about new fusion or something like that. Maybe a new fusion announced. No CVC or anything happening on Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So we do have Siege. Wouldn't rule out a Titan event either for the Assassin's Creed character. We have enough time for a Titan event as well. So wouldn't rule that out either. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get more info as the week starts at the beginning of the week. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully the information was useful for you guys. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning to do. Honestly, 99% it's probably a skip. If you have a big rock, throw it into the wind, see if you get lucky. It's your best chance at doing so. Or hold on to the big rock and use it as currency towards, a guaranteed event sometime in the future. No problems with that as well. Just make sure you're active. Spend a little bit of energy over the next 4 days. 4 days starting on Monday, so that you can get a couple flips, and then you guys might get lucky for the mythical epic cards. So that would be my suggestion for you guys, and that's probably what I would end up doing. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys are going to do. Yeah, thanks for watching till the end. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.